Today I will be ranking every single Christmas skin inside of Roblox Tower Heroes from the Christmas update up until 2023. Before we begin, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Sloth Ty for giving me this idea to be able to do this video. I saw him do a video of this exact thing on his channel and it was really good. I recommend checking that one out if you have some more time on your hands. Okay, let's start out with our first skin for today, which is the snow cone skin for the Lemonade Cat. In my opinion, this is one of the top 3 skins for Lemonade Cat inside of this game, and it could actually be my favorite, but I really like the level 5 version of it on the Summer Cat skin, so it's kind of hard to choose there, but definitely going to be putting this one up in a high A tier for me right now. And when it comes to Winter Voca, this is another great and festive skin for this tower. There's nothing too crazy or extraordinary that changes about this character, so I'm just going to put it here in the B tier. Festive Jester shares a similar story to Winter Voca, but I like the Winter Voca skin a little bit more than this one. I'll be putting both of these in the B tier. But now we have what was my favorite skin in the entire game, which was the Present Child skin right here. This is the skin you get for defeating the Christmas Mimic during the Christmas event, which I hope to do this year. I have an absolute love for this skin. I'm not entirely sure why, but it's just so festive. I love how it turns into a literal ornament box for this skin. Definitely going to be putting this one up in the S tier, just personally in my opinion. Okay, so the next skin we have on this list is the Fancy Wafer skin. Now, I'm not really a huge fan of this skin, never have been. In fact, it might be my least favorite skin out of all of the Christmas skins today inside of Tower Heroes. The only reason I say that is because this skin really takes away from the very wintry, festive vibe that Wafer and the Tower Heroes Christmas event usually has. Speaking of Wafer skins, we also have the other Wafer skin that you get during the Christmas event right here, which is the Ice Cream skin. This is also not one of my favorite skins in the Christmas event, but it's pretty good. It far surpasses the Fancy Wafer skin in my opinion, but it's not good enough to beat the Winter Voca or the Festive Jester, so I'm gonna put it right down here behind those in the B tier. Now we have one of my favorite Balloon Pal skins in the game, which is the Hot Chocolate Pal. I understand that a lot of people that think this skin is not nearly as good as the Halloween one is, the Candy Pal, but I actually do think that it is just as good. Maybe not better than it when it comes to the details, but in my eyes, it is a solid A tier, and I like it personally better than the Lemonade Cat skin. Next, we have the only Christmas Scientist skin inside of the game, and I think it's pretty cool. There are a few Scientist skins that I actually prefer to use other than this one, such as the Mini Laser or the Virtual Defender, but this one is really good too, and I do use it during the Christmas events. I'll put it at the high B tier for now. It is a really good Christmas themed skin, especially considering you get it off the Bustling Bakery. It fits that theme very well. Now we have Angel Maytake, or Mataki, however you'd like to say that, which is a skin you get for beating Sweet Sunrise on easy mode. I actually prefer to use this skin more than a lot of the other Maytake skins within Tower Heroes actually. While I don't think it is as impressive or merry or festive, whatever you'd like to say, as some of the other Christmas skins that we have here in the game, I do think it is cool, and I'll put it at a high B tier as well. Okay, now we've got the Chef skin for Hot Dog Frank. No, not the Yasuke Chef kind of skin we had earlier in the year during the Easter event. This is actually a skin for Hot Dog Frank, which literally converts him into like a pastry or something, I don't know. This is a decent skin for this tower. I love the fact that it does turn into a piece of dough with a rolling pin in the middle at level 1, and he actually holds a whisk at level 5, which he uses to beat the enemies with. That's super cool. Every other level in between 1 and 5, however, I'm not a huge fan of, although it is certainly nothing bad by any means. A solid B tier skin nonetheless. Now we have a somewhat tricky skin to talk about, which is the Candle skin for Keith. I know many players, including myself, don't really like to use the Tower Keith, as he's not really that good. But in my opinion, this is the best skin for Keith inside of Tower Heroes, hands down, although the Fox's skin is pretty cool. In fact, I think I mentioned that in this video right here, that I like the Fox's skin better than this one. Anyway, opinions can change, so I've changed it here in this video, but personally, I would put this at the C tier. I mean, it doesn't really have much of a festive flair as a lot of the other Christmas skins do, and it does go on Keith, but I certainly plan to get this skin and use it on key if I get it this year for Christmas. Hey there, friend, I hope you have been enjoying this video so far, and if you have, please make sure to give it a like and even consider subscribing to Super Short Central here on YouTube, where we post all sorts of Tower Heroes content. But now let's get back into the video of continuing to rank these Christmas themed skins. Alright, back at the skin ranking here, and now we have a skin which may be the only reason that I get El Goblino this year. If you've been on Super Short Central for a while, you know that I have a bit of a, beef with El Goblino. But this is an absolutely amazing skin, and like I said, I would even look past my beef with El Goblino and get this tower just to be able to use this skin. This is an awesome skin and definitely deserving of the A tier. Speaking of amazing skins and towers that I quite frankly refuse to use most of the time, the Frost King skin for Fracture is also the reason why I would actually start using Fracture. In all honesty, Fracture and El Goblino are my two least favorite towers inside of Tower Heroes. Oh, and Lure, I forgot about Lure. Anyway, the Frost King skin for Fracture is one that I absolutely love, and I'm hoping so badly to get this year in the Christmas event. It might be the one I'm going to get the most. I don't think it's quite S tier, but it's deserving of the A tier 100%. Now we have what was for the longest time the most coveted skin for Stella inside of Tower Heroes before this guy came along. This, my friends, is Baker Stella, and I must say this skin is one of my favorites among the Christmas skins, and it highly deserves the S tier for today. Oh man, here we go with the Winter Cart Kid. Talk about a highly detailed skin. Now, if you think that I would not be putting this thing on the S tier, you would be thinking wrong. I absolutely love this skin. I'm actually gonna bump it up there real quick. Let's talk about the first of the two Christmas skins for Branch inside of Tower Heroes. Festive Branch. I actually really like this skin and would have put it on the S tier a couple of years ago, but that's just not the case anymore for me, with other skins like Winter Cart Kid and Baker Stella far surpassing it. I will be putting this skin on the high A tier to say the least, as I really do like this skin a lot. Now let's talk about Festive Fracture. As I mentioned earlier, Fracture is not a tower I genuinely enjoy using in the game simply because of its design. But doing my best to not let my bias totally get in the way, this skin was really designed well, and it fits this tower quite well too. A couple of the things I do like about this skin is that on level 5 he's literally coming out of a chimney, and he uses presence to destroy his enemies. I'm thinking I'll put this one up here at the B tier, maybe a little bit lower than the rest of them. I'm not sure. Sloth Ty, if you're watching this video, I'm super sorry. Okay, let's run through this one pretty quickly because I know it's going to be quite an unpopular opinion. I'm highly aware that people dislike this right here. This is the U-Log skin for Bite, but it's actually my favorite skin for Bite inside of the game. Now, I wouldn't put it in S tier. Don't think I'm that crazy, simply because the actual shape of the tower doesn't actually change. Now let's talk about the Toy Soldier for Chef. This is also a pretty unpopular skin that not a lot of people prefer to use, or they just don't think is that well for some reason. But to me, it's actually one of the most underrated skins in Tower Heroes of all time. It's quite uncommon to see people with it. Usually Toy Soldiers are displayed as a strong Christmas figure, and that just fits the Chef so well. Definitely going putting this one at a high A tier, not above the U-Log Bite, no of course not, but definitely above all the other ones in the A tier. Festive Bolt is next on this list, and I have officially decided, my friends, after having the Present Child being my favorite skin in all of Tower Heroes for so long, that this Christmassy Bolt skin has now won my heart over as my favorite. Bolt itself literally transforms into a Christmas light. How much better does it get? Putting this at number 1 on the S tier, you cannot change my mind on this. Speaking of skins that belong in the S tier, the skin called Carol for Quinn deserves a spot up there for sure. This skin is much like Rain for Branch in my eyes, and I do wish I would have gotten it last year. Oh well, gonna have to hope for trading, I guess. And speaking of Rain for Branch, I shouldn't even have to say that this thing belongs on the S tier. I'm not gonna put it above Festival, that's just my bias. But this thing is perfect. Okay, now let's talk about the Penguin skin for Cart Kid. As with many of the Cart Kid skins, this one is an absolute banger. Now, while I don't like it as much as the Festive Cart Kid, this one deserves a high ranking on my list, but not above these few skins right here. There we go. Okay, so the other winter skin for the Dumpster Child in Tower Heroes is this next one right here, the Ice Cream Child. And again, just like with the Penguin for Cart Kid skin, I don't like this one as much as the present child, but oh man, it is so close. It will easily be taking over second place in the A tier in my opinion. Santa Pop, oh how cool you are too. There are a lot of cool Christmas skins, I've just gotta say it. Yeah, Santa Pop kind of becomes Wafer because of the fact that it throws ornaments at its enemies to kill them. Again, just like Wafer. This is my favorite skin for Soda Pop in Tower Heroes, but as with many of the festive skins, there are definitely some cooler skins out there within the Christmas update, so I'll put this one at a higher B tier. When it comes to the Jack skin for Jester, this is also one of my favorite skins for this tower. It's really cute and it fits Jester quite well, but I'm kind of missing the point to how this is related to Christmas. A popular toy item, I guess, I'm not entirely sure, but this is an awesome skin and will definitely be going on the A tier somewhere for me. Well, now that I've given you my opinion on all of these Christmas skins right here, do you really even know how to get all of them? If you don't, make sure to click this video right here on the side of your screen where I go into all depth of the video to tell you how to get these skins and a lot more stuff that's going to be coming into the Christmas update of 2024. Click this video right here and let's continue to have some fun, my friend.